And we're back. Norton Air Force Base, part 2. We just looked at the air tanker base and the drone operation now. I'm on what they used to call Perimeter Road. 3rd Street's to my right. I'm going west. POL is up here on the left. The air tanker base headquarters is right here. That strip from like Del Rosa between 5th and 3rd, that's all going to be redeveloped. That's all going to be airheads and airport commercial. See what they're doing up here, they're putting in another I was talking to the construction guy when I came in on the other video. They're putting in a gate right here, and Amazon put a airhead behind me. They block Perimeter Road. You can't go all the way around now. That's a forestry guy there, forestry girl. They got oranges groves. I can't remember if those were there. I don't think they were in Norton time. They must have planted those when they put the airhead. And there's POL. But you see, they're redoing the intersection here. Oh yeah, they're adding they're fixing the road there. What is that? Del Rosa? You said they work for Maddich. Yeah, you guys got a building on the end, huh?
What?
You guys got a building on the end down there in the corner.
Yeah.
That's been there forever. That was one of the first buildings.
I don't think they use it anymore.
Nothing in there?
No, the yard's down there, and everyone's at the office around the corner. Off of Harry, whatever, Street.
Oh, that's you guys, huh?
By Staters, yeah.
We used to be where Staters is. I can't even go to my old shop. It was a hangar there. And every place we got drunk in the dorms, they're all gone.
I haven't been to the shop.
Mattel took all our bowling alley, our dorms where we got drunk. We'll see you. What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Coy.
Troy?
Coy.
Coy. Jeff.
Jeff. Nice
See you, Coy. They're connecting this to... They've rerouted Del Rosa. East Valley Water put a giant... Actually, you can see it over here on the right. They put a giant water distribution thing over here. So they rerouted Del Rosa to the west. They bent it like a dog leg. Yeah, I came down Del Rosa and I got all screwed up. I was like, am I on the right street? Because when I got to the dog leg, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't realize they had done that. That was done years ago. That East Valley went in there, how long ago? I want to get over by the dorms. I should be able to drive over by the dorms. Let's see if I can do that. Where the gym was. They had a like youth academy in the gym for a while. What road is this? What are they calling this? 3rd and what do they call this? Leland Norton? Can't see the sign. Yeah, you almost need an old like on the phone book, there was a map on the back. Those are very valuable if you were new. Or to show somebody where to go. And then you almost need a new map. Is this Leland Norton? I couldn't see the sign. This place right here, this used to be on the right. Looks like an RV yard. It was called Ugly Duckling or Apple Dumpling. Anyway, I was still in the service. I was playing hockey in Blue Jay, and a kid hit me, almost killed me out on Boulder Avenue. It was like some colonel's son, and I was in a rental car. That place was a rental place. Ugly Duckling or Apple Dumpling. But I was coming down from Blue Jay, Highway 18. I hit a rock. There was a bunch of rock and road. I thought I swerved through all, missed them all. There were some big ones too. I get to the bottom and I'm out of gas. And I look underneath and there's a hole about the size of a baseball where I can stick my fist in it. I kicked up a rock. So it was like midnight. I didn't have tow service then. I called them, no answers, so I locked it up. I was hoping nobody would steal it. It was on the 210. Was it 210 here then? 210 North Purdue, which isn't a good area. And next day I called them and said, hey, you know, I hit some rocks. And so I told them it was 8 o'clock in the morning. Where is they open? So they went and towed it. So I go to get my stuff, my hockey gears in the back. And he said, oh, you're going to pay for that. I said, no, I had an insurance guy. I'm not paying for that gas thing. It was like $300 he wanted me to pay. And I had my contract. I showed him. I said, no, I bought the insurance. So then he says, well, you can't have your hockey equipment. I'm going to hold it hostage. I go, no, you're not. So he starts telling me to leave. And I jumped over the counter and chased him in his office. I needed my hockey gear because I had a game coming up. And so he calls the cops. And the cops come and I said, you know, this guy's, he can't do this. And they said, well, you can't threaten him. I said, well, let's look at it this way. If you leave, you know, I don't get my hockey equipment, there's going to be stuff going on. You'll have to come back and write a lot of paperwork. I said, just let me get my stuff and I'll get out of here. So they did. I got my hockey gear and got out of there. The guy's name was, the manager was Jerry. I remember, the big fat guy. Yeah, they must have closed this Public Safety Academy. This used to be like, this was the Airmen's Club. They closed it looks like. This used to be the swimming pool. Chow was down there on the left. God, what else is back in here? The tennis courts, the baseball. It looks like homeless living in here now. And I think that was a gym right there. Looks like you can't go down. This is skeezy looking back in here. Yeah, I go down there, but that's a warehouse. Now that used to be where the barracks were. Barracks and the bowling alley down there. Yeah, this is skeezy looking down there now. Building one up floor was the chapel. I went to a couple weddings there. Yeah, this was the gym, wasn't it? Pretty sure that's the gym. I remember working in there. Or, you know, working out in there and the baseball fields were back behind the tennis courts here. We played, I played on the base team. I have a roommate, Vincent Schobel. Vinny Schobel played, played on the base. They went to, I only played a year. They went to Vegas. They got in the playoffs. Already been down here, but yeah, I guess you used to be able to drive all the way through. But I guess that warehouse must be newer because you used to be able to drive all the way through. And it looks like they took out. Yeah, they've redone this over here since 4 or 5 years since I cruised through here. But there's a guy named from AMS that played softball with the base team. Tim Chafee, that sound right? Chafee and Vinny Schobel. There was another guy. That was low pitch. I also played on the base. I was playing fast pitch. Here they play fast pitch. We had a squadron team, 63rd MAW, and we had Woody Woods, and we got this guy named Gene. He was like the PAC-AF champs. We had 2 ringers for pitchers. Fast pitch slow ball is completely different. I mean, you got to be swinging on every pitch because the mound's only like 45 feet, and the ball comes in and breaks up. It's weird. There's Maddie there. But we played down at. We won every year because of those two pitchers we had, and yeah, there was some finagling went on to get those guys here. We played at Colton and Canto Park. They had Hispanic teams down there, leagues, and they were damn good, real good. I'd say better than the base teams almost, because they stayed together like since they were kids, and we did okay down there. We won more than we lost, but we lost some games over there. We didn't lose much on here because of those two pitchers. But those Hispanic teams had great pitchers too. You never heard much about them, but they were really good ball players, and they love to play softball, fast pitch. Fast pitch of mound's 45 feet. Yeah, it's not. And they crow hop when they come in. They take a couple steps and they do what they call crow hop across the mound. They got to be touching that rubber when they release the ball. They got to make contact with it. But when they release it, shoot, they're another 5-8 feet closer. They're releasing about 40 feet from you. And that ball's coming in. It's a more natural movement. It's coming in 85, 90 miles an hour. Yeah, I had no problem wearing a helmet and that because you get killed. You get hit with one of those. They didn't play fast pitch overseas. I think they had slow pitch. It was weird because overseas in the military they played football. The team had a football team. Old TRW. It's all warehouses now. And I wanted to share the bridge. They've widened this since then, but if you remember Norton, the golf course was out here on the left. Perimeter Road ran out here. It's all warehouses too now. Ammo Bunker was Area 2. I gotta go around to the Victoria Gate. I should have went the other way. But I want to show you Ann, this girl from, I went out with her once. She started hanging around us, and I can't remember her last name now. Dang it. Anyway, her boyfriend, it was kind of loose friends that we were all hanging around. Her boyfriend got killed. It was after I dated her. They were screwing around in the parking lot, and you're riding on the hood. He flew off and hit his head, and he died. And it was like a terrible week. He died. Then Ann was coming to work up here where this bridge is, and witnesses said she went straight into the bridge abutment. It was 2-lane then, and this bridge was really narrow. Yeah, it was kind of a scary bridge, and she would have hit on the other side. I forget which side. Killed her. Some people said it was suicide. I was like, I don't think so. Ann was. But they weren't really sure if somebody maybe, when you get somebody passing, they'll run you off the road. They weren't sure if she wasn't run off the road. That's what I think happened. She got run in off the lane. But, God, I can't remember. And she was in FMS. This would have been 84, 83. So that was 2 funerals in a week. Oh, that was terrible. I can't remember her boyfriend's name either. I think he was an FMS guy. Field, what does that stand for? Something maintenance coordinator. Anyway, my only ghost story. We're at Ann's after her service. And the girls are all in the kitchen. They're cooking. And we're just kind of sitting around. The guys are in the living room. There's 3 of us. We're got friends with Ann and Rick Parkfield and my roommate, Ray Mills, and there was somebody else. But she had this favorite, it was like a wicker chair that she always sat in. And I look over and I'm like, Ann sitting in her chair. My hair just stood up. The little hair I had then. And I kind of looked over at the other guys, and they're all staring too, like they'd seen a ghost. And I didn't say that. Nobody said a word. And then about a day later, I can't remember who brought it up, but they said, "Did you see what I saw in the living room?" And then we all just kind of stopped. And I was like, "What did you see?" Because I didn't want to be that guy that go, "We saw Ann sitting in a chair." And I was like, "Oh man." And she was just smiling, kind of like a goodbye, saying it'd be okay.